So, we're at a festival.
Yes.
What's been your highlight of the summer?
Highlight of the summer?
Festival-wise.
Festival-wise? Probably, what's been the festival highlight this year? It's been two, actually. One, I've discovered smaller festivals, like I played Kendall Calling this year, and one called Beat Herder, which is up in Blackburn, I think, somewhere around there. I'd never heard of them before. I'd heard of Kendall Calling, but you know, they were kind of like, oh, you know, we'd really love you to play and stuff, and they're obviously a much smaller festival than, you know, like many of the other mainstream ones. Maybe I'd say about 10 to 15,000, maybe not even that, maybe 8 to 10,000 or something capacity. Really intimate. I thought, you know what, let's do it, because you know, it sounds quite, you know, the way that they present themselves, where you know, it's literally a PA system in a forest. You know. Oh, actually, another one to add to that list is Emma Boda in Sweden. Again, it is just some huge speakers. So they're in the
sorry, I've got my back. Sorry,
literally, you know, just a huge PA system in a clearing in the woods. So it was really simple, and just kids going, you know, crazy. Yeah, absolutely amazing. The one in Sweden was. Sorry. I mean, I don't want to put one above another, because I just think it's the principle of the festival, which is the thing that I really liked. You know, but I have to say the one in Sweden was a real eye opener. Yeah. You know, it really was quite amazing.
You've had a lot of fun this summer with the festivals, then?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, every year's good. You always get, you know, if you're lucky, you have a good run of festivals in your time, and you know, one or two, you know, may not be as amazing as the others, but you know, it's your job to make it as good as possible, right? You know, I never really walk away complaining from it.
So you're going to smash it today, Erol?
I have a go.
You're going to smash it. You're going to smash it for all of us. You and Boys Noise have made a few collaborations together. Planning to do any more with that?
Well, we kind of, it all began from us simply making music for our DJ sets. And after like the kind of, you know, how the first one went, you know, we thought, well, you know, should we do another one? You know, not making a plan like to do any, you know, anything specific. And it was just literally born from ideas of, for instance,
you're like,
June.
breaking out into song.
Sorry, you've thrown me.
So yeah, and it was, you know, it really began from, you know, one of us would have like an idea. Well, actually, for the first ones, we were you know, in a room together, you know, just messing around, and we kind of came up with our first track together in about hours. And then after that, I kind of like, you know, I've got kind of just countless amount of ideas and unfinished things, and I sent him like, you know, like a couple of those ideas. He was like, yeah, we like this one, like worked into it a little bit, sent it back to me, and thought we did that. And on other occasions, you know, I went to Berlin like once or twice. He's come to London.
Do you like best buds?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it all really began from friendship anyway. You know, it didn't really, you know, I mean, I obviously, you know, rate him and respect him as a producer and as a DJ and everything that he's involved with. On top of that, he's also a friend. And also, there's another dynamic in there where when you collaborate with people, you know, there can sometimes be a you know, a kind of a hierarchy where there's one guy who will literally sit at the computer and do everything, and there'll be one guy at the back who'll be on laptop sometimes going, oh, I don't know about that snare, or I think that hi-hat doesn't sound good, or something like that, or I don't know about that snare. And that's great as well, because that's an incredibly important dynamic to a duo, which many duos are actually built on and very successful. But the strange thing about myself and Alex, and it's the one thing that I've not really had with other people that I've worked with, is that like we're both very equal in what we kind of contribute. So it isn't a case of you know, like that example of where somebody's kind of like at the back, someone's at the front. You know, we both are extremely hands-on, and really, you know, even down to things like mixing, where usually it's kind of considered that there'll be like the most technically proficient person would mix a track. It's actually just been, you know what, like maybe I should mix this one, or you mix this one, and you're like, yeah, come on, this is how it goes, and it's really laid back. And if it's not right, then we work together to get it right. You know, there's been times when, you know, I've mixed something, I've sent it to him, and he's gone, yeah, that sounds good, but you know, maybe we should do this. And gone, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. We've done it, and it's been done. And there's the other way around where you set the mix up on, actually, you know, pointing things out, and it's. I think that's the thing in a collaboration, is you have to be able, however much you respect and admire somebody, you have to be able to tell them if something they've done or something you've both done together hasn't hit the spot. Yeah. Because then there's you know, the danger of collaborations is that when people look at the two names together, they're going to think that the sum of it is going to be, you know, possibly greater than the sum of its parts, you know, and sometimes it's quite the opposite, because you're going, oh, it's okay because someone's I'm involved with so-and-so, they're going to make sure of it, and then they're thinking the same thing, and then you put something out, and it's just like, it's a limp, you know. So you've got to be even tougher, you know. So even now, when we've been doing things for the next thing, you know, we've been like, is this the right thing? You know, is it good enough? And then there's no harm in saying no. You know, there's no problem with going, actually, this isn't good.
It is good enough. It's always good enough when you guys do it. It's always
trust us.
You've not heard the thing that we've not put out.
Yeah.
You know, if that had been the case, then you know, if actually, to be honest with you, Lemonade would have been a completely different track. Yeah. Because the actual drums for that track, like the drum programming and a few of the sounds existed in a track that had been sitting around for 3 months that I couldn't get right. Really? And I was just like, God, this is doing my head in. And then in the end, just, you know, we're like, it's not going to come out, we're going to leave it. And then there was a demo that we had where we basically, there was this jam that we had, and we've actually made 3 tracks out of this one demo that we put together in like half an hour or something. And there was one riff in it at the end, which I listened back to because you never throw anything away, you should always like keep things and not listen through. So I listened back to it, and that riff came in, and I was like going, God, that riff's really good, why haven't we used that yet? And it was on a completely different drum pattern, it was on a more like 4/4 drum pattern. Yeah. I was thinking, God, that's sounding really good with the, like kind of like with the shuffle kind of like 80s kind of house drums of Lemonade. So just literally got the sound out of it, put it out, took away all the music from the crap demo that we had, stripped everything out, just stuck it in there, and that was it, done. Like 1 hour later, got like biggest track I've ever done, like, you know, sort of thing. But you know, that's all. You have to have a lot of discipline with it, especially in collaborations, like I said, because you, as much as relying on the talents of somebody else, you really need to trust in your in the discipline of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, we're just doing an interview.
Sorry.
That's alright. How you doing?
Good, thank you. We need somewhere quiet to do an interview, and
we came here.
I don't know if I've got dressed.
I think we've chosen the wrong place.
No, it's alright. It's just one of the production rooms. Do you need me to go, or?
Oh no.
No, you're cool. Don't worry.
As long as you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Yeah,
we're all good then. Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Is it hard being on the road, like all the time, like travelling and being at different festivals? Does it get a bit?
I wouldn't say it was hard because
it's not.
Well, it's not hard. There's harder things to do in life, and but the only problem that I have with it, if I was to complain, was just like going up and down in planes and the pressure changes and stuff like that, because that can kind of wreak havoc on your like senses. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, I've done in the last 3 days 3 flights, train, about 3-hour train ride, 3-hour car ride, sort of thing. So it just wears you down a little bit. That's it, and you know, I've got to keep this, it's like playing havoc on my complexion, so...
Keep that baby face.
The old baby face. Last question.
Sure.
So, I haven't slept in 4 days. When's the last time you've done that?
I haven't slept in 4 days? You know what, actually, recently I've had a few, like 3 days, like I've had, admittedly, about 3 hours sleep in 3 days, sort of thing, when I've had to so I did this really stupid thing where I was at the last flight out, the first flight into somewhere, so if I finish a gig at like 5 AM, I'll get a 6:30 flight to the next place, and then by the time I get so I've done that quite a lot. Actually, about 300 times this year already. So
You're a true raver.
not, it's got nothing to do with raving.
No, it's just working hard.
It's to do with working and how to do it. But yeah. What, do you need advice on it or something like that? Just drink
I
water.
just thought maybe, yeah, you could give me some tips.
Drink loads of water. Don't drink Red Bull.
Don't drink Red Bull. Okay, I'll
Don't
start.
drink that shit.
I'll go get a big pint of water straight after
Yogurt.
this.
Sorry. Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt? You recommend yogurt?
And bananas.
Really?
Yogurt and bananas.
Okay.
Definitely bananas.
Yogurt and bananas by Erol Alkan. You should make a tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yogurt and bananas.
Yeah.
The next single.
It does, doesn't it?
I know.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.